are back. John Waters' book is called Mr. Know-It-All, The Tarnished Wisdom of a Filth Elder. Out now. His exhibit, John Waters Hollywood's Greatest Hits. You can see it in L.A. The gallery is called Spruce Makers. And Ricki Lake is a superstar who just got engaged. And I'm so excited. Your hair journey, man. She's doing her Tracy Turnblad wave.
That's for you.
I know that was for me. It's my favorite thing. God, I have to assume, John, when Ricki walked into that audition, I have to assume, I mean, she was everything you were looking for, right?
Yeah. She was Tracy Turnblad, exactly. But the thing I want you to remember always is how great Ricki is in all my other movies. She's really a good actress that I want her to get back to more because people forget that talk show was so famous and such a hit that people don't look beyond that. She's really a good actress. Just take each one of her roles in my movies. She's really believable and really, really good.
So true.
John, will you make another movie, please? I'll be happy to go back to work.
Yeah. I just write books now. Sometimes we'll see. They pay me to write them. They just don't make them.
John, so that's the question. I mean, will we get another movie from you? I have to think you have some great ideas percolating.
Well, the books do just as well these days, and also they do better. And I get to tell stories. And it's just me. I don't have to go raise money and you don't have test screenings for books. Imagine if you did.
John, Alex Z said, considering Divine was once such a fan of hers, did you ever get a chance to meet Elizabeth Taylor?
I did meet Elizabeth Taylor. I went to her house with Johnny Depp and Tab Hunter to a cookout, and I went over to her and told her how much I loved the movie Boom, which is one of the biggest bombs she ever made, and she was actually angry at first. I said, no, I love that movie. I presented. And then I realized she looked like Divine a little bit. And the end of her life, she served candy and hot dogs just like he did. And Divine always wanted to meet Elizabeth Taylor. He was obsessed by her. He even smoked Salem cigarettes because she did. And Elton John had it hooked up where they were going to meet, and something happened, and the flight got canceled. But Elton was really great. He always wanted to have them meet, and they actually never, ever did.
Wow.
And, of course, at Elizabeth Taylor's house, who doesn't look at her medicine cabinet? But she knows that. So all in there were just all her products. Elizabeth Taylor perfume and all. And what you should always do is you put marbles in your medicine cabinet.
Yes, so then you know.
Because you open them, they all fall out.
That's Amy Sedaris has said that too. So you looked in Liz Taylor's medicine cabinet.
I did. But the bathroom for the guests was not the bathroom where her tweezers were, I don't think.
Ricki, Madeline B wants to know if you knew you were going to be name dropped in Megan Thee Stallion song Money Good beforehand, or was it a total surprise?
Total surprise, yeah. That always happens. There's been many, many songs that have mentioned my show and my name, and no, I did not even, someone else told me about it.
I was going to say, your name, you have been name dropped in a lot of songs. I remember several times hearing your name. It's so fun. John, Brooks H. wants to know the craziest thing you remember about attending the Manson trial.
Oh, God. I try to be very serious when I talk about that because I think some of the people that were there have been in jail for 50 years. They've been paroled, and the governor won't let them out. So I'm not going to crack any jokes about it. Just be glad your kid never met him.
Oh, God. Did you like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, John?
I did. I did like it. I'm a big fan of Quentin. We're friends, and I did like it very much, and the ending was so startling, and if only that had happened.
Yeah.
I mean, it was. I liked the movie very much. I liked all his movies. I'm a big fan.
Erica D wants to know, Ricki, how intense was it to keep the secret you were a contestant on The Masked Singer?
Oh, it was intense, and I had sciatica during that time, too, so I could barely walk, and I had to wear that giant costume. It was super fun. It was very silly. The woman who booked me on it, Dina Katz, she assured me it was going to be this massive hit. It had never been on before. And lo and behold, it was this massive hit. And I had a lot of fun doing it.
That being said, I'm now remembering that you spilled the beans to me in my living room one night.
I did. I did tell you, and I wasn't supposed to tell anyone.
Yeah, you weren't.
I was the worst secret ever.
Eva L wants to know, Ricki, Did you notice Kathy Lee Gifford's son-in-law's bulge when you competed against him on Celebrity Family Feud? Why didn't anyone tell him his package was on full display before going on camera?
Okay, I did not notice at the time, but it was so hilarious, and I just want to say we were robbed.
Right, you were.
My nanny's school, Marie's school, my nanny in Africa has a school for.
Oh no!
She lost out on. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
John, Arlie S. wants to know one thing we'd be surprised to know about your longtime friendship with Patty Hearst.
I don't think you'd be anything to be surprised. I think she's a good actress, or I wouldn't have used her over and over. She's a good comedian. Boy, she can do stunts. Let me tell you, when Kathleen Turner punches her, she takes that punch better than the best stunt man ever. So Patty and I, it was her birthday yesterday. We're still very, very good friends.
And her dad offered to pay you to not put her in the movie, right?
Well, I think they were pretty angry when she first made the movie. They said, why would you do that? I know why she made movies with me. Who wants to be a famous crime victim?
Right.
You know, this way she could run with a new pack of bad people and not get in trouble or not have to be brainwashed or anything. So everything she said was the truth, you know. She got a raw deal.
One of the things I love about your book is you tell the story behind a lot of the colorful characters from your films, like the Egg Lady from Pink Flamingo.
Female she was in Pink Flamingo. She was in lots of them.
Yeah, she was in a lot. So how did you find her?
I found her Sue Lowe and Vincent Perenio, who were in my films, and Vincent did the production design. She worked in a bar in this really bad neighborhood, and everyone lived in. And so we just went over there. She was the barmaid, and I put her in Multiple Maniacs playing herself. Audiences liked her, and just like Hollywood, I gave her a bigger part in Pink Flamingos. Audience loved her, and she went on to be in all the movies. And she was an outsider comedian. I think that's the best way to put it.
And what about Hatchet Face?
Oh, unfortunately, she's no longer with us. Kim McGuire. She was great, and I have to give a lot of that character thing to Van Smith, who did the makeup in all my movies. Because he really drew that face on. I mean, she wasn't a classic beauty, but she certainly didn't look like that. And we didn't know how to advertise her. We didn't want to say an ugly girl. So we just,
I remember, John. Oh, my God. When you did the casting for that, I remember the casting call for that. You wanted the face of a goddess and the body of a goddess and the face of a mule.
But I think we lightened up. I think finally said a girl with an extreme face is proud of it. And even for Hairspray, we didn't say we were looking for a fat girl. We said we were looking for an ample.
Oh, yeah, you did. Oh, yeah, you
did. An ample.
Did I? Dance. That was the call I got.
No, who can dance?
Let's see. And that's why I didn't like later when they would say, she's not fat. She's like 10 pounds overweight. Tracy needs to be fat, not a little overweight. Not as my mother used to say, a big bone girl with a glandular problem.
That was me.
Ricki, what do you remember about working with Johnny Depp on Crybaby? Did you have a crush on him?
I had a crush on the guy that played his best friend, but he was great. He was like a brother to me, and he played my brother in real life in the film. And we had so much fun. There were so many night shoots on that film, and we, all lived in a hotel, and he would bring out his guitar. He was amazing. He was really, really lovely to work with for those 4 months.
Wow. John, Julian C. wants to know who did the best and worst job at camp at the 2019 Met Gala. I mean, did anyone even get it, do you think?
Well, to me, camp, it's weird because I love the Met. I think it's a great museum. But camp is being so bad you don't know it.
Right.
So how can you do that when it costs $10,000 and you're wearing $50,000 evening gowns or Halloween costumes, basically? It's a hard thing to do. I would ever say the word camp out loud. It's like for old queens and antique shops talking about Rita Hayworth movies.
Oh, you're tickling me. Ricki Davis wants to know one piece of direction John gave you during one of his films that made you do an abundant double take because it was just so out there?
Oh, my God. No, he would give me line readings. Like, he'd say, no, you're not saying it. Say it like this. Like,
I know. I was guilty of that early in my career, yeah. Probably put these roaches in your hair, bitch.
That was definitely a low point for me in the film. And actually, in that scene after, when I get thrown in the paddy wagon, I remember they had me actually handcuffed. I was 200 pounds, and they threw me on my back multiple times. And I'm screaming, ow, ow, and I was really, like, in horrible pain. But he didn't care. He needed to get his shot.
So what she's saying is Hairspray was a snuff movie.
John, Martina G said there's an iconic photo of Keith Haring waiting among fans to get your autograph after the Hairspray premiere at the Waverly Theater. At the time, did you have any idea that it was him, and did you know he was a fan of your work?
You know, I don't remember when I knew who Keith Haring was. I've seen that picture, and it kind of amazes me. At that moment, I probably didn't put it all together, but I knew about the graffiti artists and everything. But that might have been earlier. I don't remember, but I love that picture. It was very, very sweet. I'm still a fan of Keith.
Did you ever consider or discuss working with Madonna on anything, John?
No, I never met her either. One time she called and sent me tickets to her show in Washington, and I went. But when it was over, it was such a traffic jam and everything that I never got backstage, so I never have met Madonna. No.
Ricki, I'm just so happy about your engagement, and you got engaged naked in the jacuzzi, and I cannot wait to see the house in Malibu. I'm so glad. So you're in, huh?
I'm in. That was the first time we moved in, so it's been a week now, and it's bliss. I mean, I feel like I'm walking on air. We're pinching ourselves. We're so happy, and I cannot wait for you and Ben to come out.
Well, I want to thank both of you. Thank you, Ricki. Thank you, John.
Thank you for having me.
Mr. Know-It-All, the tarnished wisdom of a filth elder. I love you both.
Love you too, Ricki.
I love both of you. I love you so much.
Bye, guys. Bye, Ricki.
Bye, all.
Bye, baby.